Have you ever wondered why your journey feels different? Why you're being tested, elevated, and awakened in ways others don't understand? It could be a divine sign that Allah is preparing you for something extraordinary. Not just to become wealthy, but to be a billionaire role model, someone who carries wealth with purpose, responsibility, and faith. In this video, we'll uncover 5 clear signs that Allah is shaping you for a higher mission. These signs aren't loud or obvious. They're quiet shifts in your mindset, your surroundings, and your soul. From unexpected tests to divine connections, you'll begin to recognize the path Allah is carving for you. This is not about materialism. It's about meaningful wealth, rizq that brings barakah, uplifts others, and pleases Allah. If you've been feeling called to something greater, this video is for you. Let's explore the signs and prepare your heart for what's coming. Insha'Allah. Sign 1. You face repeated tests of patience and discipline. One of the most profound signs that Allah is preparing you for a higher purpose, like becoming a billionaire role model, is that you are constantly tested in ways that demand patience and self-control. These trials may not always come in the form of financial struggle. Sometimes they appear as emotional stress, delayed success, betrayals, or moments when everything feels stuck despite your hard work. These aren't setbacks. They are divine tools to build your inner strength. Patience, or sabr, is not simply waiting for things to get better. It's about trusting Allah's timing while continuing to move forward without bitterness or loss of motivation. When you're destined for a big mission, your emotional and mental maturity must match the size of the blessing. That's why Allah allows you to go through situations that force you to manage your anger, control your ego, and stay calm under pressure. Discipline is also tested quietly. You'll feel the inner pull to stay committed to your goals even when nobody is watching. Waking up early, managing your time wisely, resisting temporary pleasures, and choosing long-term growth over short-term fun. These habits aren't easy, but they are necessary. They separate dreamers from achievers. These trials may feel heavy, but they are never without purpose. Allah doesn't test someone He doesn't plan to elevate. If you're being stretched, it means your capacity is being increased. You're not just being prepared to have wealth. You're being molded into the kind of person who can handle influence, inspire others, and lead with humility. So, if life feels like a constant test right now, smile with confidence. You are in the workshop of Allah, and He is shaping you for greatness far beyond your imagination. Sign 2. You're pulled away from haram income sources when Allah is preparing you to be a billionaire role model. One of the most noticeable shifts is how He gradually pulls your heart away from haram sources of income. This change often begins internally. You may start to feel uncomfortable or spiritually restless in environments or jobs that once felt normal. What used to be seen as smart shortcuts or just business now feel wrong, even if no one else notices. This shift isn't forced by others. It comes from within. Allah places a new level of awareness in your heart. You begin to crave purity in your earnings, knowing that wealth with barakah only comes when it's earned through lawful, ethical means. Even if it means walking away from high-paying opportunities, risky partnerships, or environments full of deceit, you feel a strange peace in choosing the harder, cleaner road. What's more beautiful is that this inner shift is often rewarded by new, unexpected doors opening. You might lose one income stream, only to find another that aligns more with your values. Over time, you start to realize your rizq is not just about numbers, it's about the source, the intention, and the impact. Allah does not prepare role models through corrupted paths. He guides them towards work that not only sustains them, but sets an example for others. As someone destined for influence, your lifestyle must reflect integrity, because people will follow your footsteps. And how can you teach others to trust Allah with their income if you yourself are compromising? If you're feeling distanced from haram opportunities, don't see it as a loss. It's Allah protecting your future wealth from hidden harm. He's teaching you that true richness begins with obedience, and the cleanest money brings the deepest satisfaction in both dunya and akhirah. Sign 3. You feel driven to help others, even without wealth yet. One of the most powerful signs that Allah is preparing you to be a billionaire role model is a deep and natural urge to help others, long before you have the wealth to do so. This drive isn't based on what's in your bank account. It's rooted in your heart. You find yourself constantly thinking about ways to ease people's burdens, support good causes, or make a positive difference in your community. What makes this sign unique is that you don't wait to get rich before wanting to give. Even with limited resources, you feel the urge to serve. Whether it's offering your time, skills, encouragement, or small acts of kindness, you're always seeking opportunities to lift others up. That's because Allah is planting the mindset of a leader in you, someone who sees beyond their own needs and lives for a greater purpose. This inner compassion is not random. It's preparation. True wealth isn't just about accumulating money, but knowing how to use it with wisdom and empathy. Allah trains your heart first, so when the material blessings come, your soul is already aligned with generosity and responsibility. Sometimes you may feel frustrated that you want to do more, but can't due to financial limits. But even this feeling is a sign. Your intention is already bigger than your situation. And that's exactly the kind of heart Allah elevates. In a world where many chase wealth for status, Allah chooses some to carry it as an amana, trust. If you feel this unshakable desire to serve humanity, even in small ways, know that it's not ordinary. It's a sign of a soul being prepared for wealth with purpose and influence that leaves a lasting impact. Sign 4. You start seeing Baraka in small things. One of the most subtle but powerful signs that Allah is preparing you for billionaire-level success is the presence of Baraka, blessing, in the smallest parts of your life. You begin to notice that even when you have little time, money, energy, it seems to stretch further than expected. Your limited resources somehow produce more results than people who may have more but lack Baraka. Baraka is not about quantity, it's about divine multiplication. For example, a few hours of work bring in surprising productivity, or a small income is enough to meet your needs and still leave you something to share. You may start seeing how your ideas gain traction, how sincere efforts open unexpected doors, or how people are drawn to support your vision, even without you asking. This hidden blessing is a spiritual currency. It's Allah's way of training you to recognize His hand in your journey. Instead of depending on numbers, you begin to rely on tawakkul, trust in Allah, and consistency. You realize success isn't always about doing more. It's about doing things with sincerity, purpose, and reliance on the Creator. Often, Allah gives Baraka in this early stage to teach you that the real formula for success isn't hustle alone. It's hustle plus divine help. Many people work harder, but only some are chosen to grow with peace, ease, and impact. That's the difference Baraka makes. If you see yourself achieving more with less, take it as a sign. Allah is grooming you to handle greater responsibility. Baraka in your small beginnings is proof that when you're entrusted with more, you'll know how to use it wisely. because true wealth begins with recognizing the blessings already in your hands and giving them their due gratitude. Sign 5. You are surrounded by visionaries and positive influence. When Allah is preparing you to become a billionaire role model, He doesn't just work on your heart, He also begins shifting your environment. One of the clearest signs of this transformation is that you start crossing paths with people who think big, speak with purpose, and live with vision. These individuals might be entrepreneurs, scholars, mentors, or simply spiritually grounded friends who push you to grow. You may find yourself losing connection with old circles that once felt comfortable. The conversations that once entertained you now feel empty. Instead, you're drawn toward company that challenges your mindset, encourages ethical growth, and reminds you of your purpose. This shift isn't accidental, it's a divine filtering process. Allah removes distractions and replaces them with people who reflect the kind of person you're becoming. What's especially powerful is how these new relationships don't just motivate you, they also expand your perspective. You start learning how to think beyond just making money and focus instead on legacy, service, and impact. You observe how real success isn't just measured in wealth, but in the values that wealth supports. Being around visionary people helps sharpen your goals. Their presence awakens something inside you, an inner fire to rise above mediocrity and embrace the responsibility that comes with influence. You begin to believe in possibilities that once felt out of reach. This kind of environment is not just beneficial, it's essential, because no one becomes a role model alone. Allah surrounds His chosen ones with the right support system, at the right time, to prepare them for the weight of success. If your circle is changing for the better, don't resist it. Embrace the shift. It means Allah is aligning your surroundings with your future and preparing you to lead with both wisdom and sincerity. If you recognized even one of these signs in your life, know that Allah may be guiding you towards something far greater than just wealth. He may be shaping you into a role model for this ummah. Stay patient, stay pure, and trust His timing. If this video touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to Deen for more spiritually uplifting content. Comment below, Ya Allah, bless me with halal wealth and make me a source of light for others. May Allah grant you success in both dunya and akhirah. Ameen.